Hey guys, it's Diana. Welcome back to my channel, and I wanted to talk about my personal top 5 Sims 2 expansion packs, like ranking them. I got this new almond milk honey flat white today at Starbucks, which they put into a holiday cup. It's a tall, which is a small, and apparently my local store has no ingredients to make any of the holiday drinks, but they still have some cups left. Personally, I think this drink is pretty smoky and I probably wouldn't get it again, but at least they have some dairy-free options. Also, Christmas decorations are put away, as you can see. Still kind of trying to work on like rearranging some stuff behind me here. Gonna get some new string lights to put around and maybe a couple of other pictures, I don't know. But Sims 2. So, The Sims 2 came out in 2004, the base game. And I have all of the expansions and pretty much all of the stuff packs with the exception of like one. I think it's the mansion and garden stuff, which is like the last one that they released before The Sims 3 came out. However, Origin was doing a thing a few years back where for the month of August and for some time afterwards, but you had to contact customer service, the entire Sims 2 Ultimate Collection was free on Origin, so all of the games, all the expansions, all the stuff packs, everything was free. You could grab it on Origin, and then if you missed that window, you could contact EA customer service. I had heard a few different things online, mainly on like Reddit and other communities, that people kind of had to fight with the EA reps to get their free copies of the game. They obviously had to provide proof that they had a serial code for the base game or whatever. That's neither here nor there. I do have the Ultimate Collection in my Origin account. I think I talked about this in my favorite video games video, which I will link up in the cards and down below. That's from Vlogmas of 2019. I can't believe it's 2020, but I'm going to talk about my top 5 favorite Sims 2 expansion packs. Number 5, Apartment Life. I feel like that this was, well, okay, so it's funny, this was actually the last expansion pack that was released for The Sims 2, and obviously it added apartments to the game. You could have an apartment complex or townhomes or whatever you may call it, and you could basically just set them so each family could have their own apartment unit, and it created different communities, and you could build your own apartment complexes, which I really liked doing. I had built a few in my time, and it's funny because this box is actually the thinnest, I think, out of all the expansion pack boxes. I could be wrong. So inside we have the disc with the manual, and on the back we have some information here. The Sims 2 Apartment Life added a new neighborhood called Belladonna Cove, which I'm pretty sure was like named after Bella Goth. I think that there was like a statue of her or something in this neighborhood. I could be completely wrong. I might be BSing you. Can't remember. It's been forever since I played these games. I feel like that this, since it added a lot to do, not only with apartments, but it added the supernatural aspect of it. Your Sims could become witches by either aligning with the good witch or the bad witch. Not like in Sims 3 Supernatural, where you could just create Sims that had supernatural abilities right out of casts. I thought that that was a really cool addition to the game. I know a lot of people have been wanting supernatural like aspects to The Sims for quite a while. This came out, when did this come out? So in North America, this came out on August 27th, 2008, and it released 2 days later in the EU. I'm not sure about other parts of the world. I really don't have much else to say about Apartment Life other than I really liked the concept. As soon as it came out, honestly, I only played in apartments. I didn't really go back to playing with single-family households. I mean, I did play single-family households, but like they were just in an apartment complex. I wasn't really doing a whole lot of playing in actual single-family homes. And you could, if I recall correctly, create apartments in other neighborhoods, not just Belladonna Cove, like with seasons. There would be seasons in every neighborhood, not just the one neighborhood that came with seasons. I can't remember the name of it. Speaking of which, number 4, seasons. So what came with this? River Blossom Hills, right? We open this ridiculous thing. Okay, so we have, oh, this is a 2-disc. Okay, so wait. Seasons has 2 discs in it. Does Apartment Life also? I think that that was a thing where expansion, no. Apartment Life only had 1 disc. Huh, bizarre. So Seasons had 2 discs. As you can see, we have disc 1 here, which is red, and I believe that disc 2 is like orange or something. No, it's also red, and it's upside down, but you get the gist. So we have the 2 discs, and we have the manual. Does this actually give gameplay information? Okay, so flipping through this, we do have gameplay like information. This game also added the ability to make various collections within build by mode, so you could organize your items into various themes or whatever, and also gardening, which I thought that gardening was already a thing. I know that you could hire a gardener previously in The Sims 2, but I think that was only for flowers, so you wouldn't have to water your flowers all the time. Yeah, that's what it looks like. So I honestly can't even read this. Hi, I'm visually impaired. With The Sims 2 Seasons, you could create gardening plots and greenhouses and grow your own food, like fruits and vegetables and whatever, I believe. Yes, because they had the juicer object. And also there were plant sims, which is like a sort of supernatural kind of life stage. Your sim would eventually become a plant sim. I don't know how. I have never played a plant sim, not even in The Sims 3, which I think it might have been easier to become a plant sim in The Sims 3. But Seasons, I loved the snow, I loved the winter, and just all of the little additions. Like there would be a penguin that would show up on your lot occasionally during the winter and you could interact with it. It was just like an object. It wasn't anything you could add to your family like a pet, but you could build a snowman and the penguin would talk to the snowman. If it was snowing too much, you would get a notification that any child or teen sims in your household would have a snow day that day. They wouldn't have to go to school, they could go play in the snow. This also, I feel like, really tied in well with the Happy Holiday stuff pack, which when I got the base game, I got like the holiday edition base game. It came with the base game and the Happy Holiday stuff together. So having Seasons come out later on really added just much bigger expanse to the game. You were able to celebrate Christmas and there was actually snow on the ground. I think that you could also make hot chocolate and other hot drinks with this. I know you could make juice. So even though we had the Seasons aspect, I still feel like that there might have been just a slight thing that this game was lacking. I wasn't really a huge fan of all of the farmhouse looking items at the time. Now I kind of like them. I find them very endearing, but just like, look at the back of this box. The only thing that I hated is that occasionally when it was a thunder and lightning storm, lightning would strike a tree outside on your lot and it would catch fire. So that would be like real fun. Also, there was that one object that you could control the weather with. It was like an aspiration reward, and one time I had an adult sim use it who had low aspiration, which I was not paying attention to, and he started a fiery meteor storm instead of making it snow or rain or whatever I wanted him to do. So that scarred me for life. But yeah, Seasons, great game. Number 3, free time. Free time added so much to do with various hobbies, and I think you could join like clubs or something based off of those hobbies. But even kid sims could participate in these. Like they could go do dancing and they could play sports, I believe, or scouting or whatever. So this box is kind of like half open. Again, this is a 2-disc game. We have Disc 1, which is a sim balancing a soccer ball on his foot, and Disc 2, which is a woman dressed in like bohemian wear looking at something in her hand. I don't know if it's like pottery, but they're both purple because the outside of the box is purple. We also have the game manual, which explains everything in the game that you can do, as well as I believe another thing like an insert that has cheat codes or upcoming game info or whatever. I really liked free time. It added so much to the game. You could do so much with your sims. I loved all the hobbies. I loved all the crafting, because Open for Business did add various workbenches. Like you could do toy making or robot making, or I think the florist. I really liked the florist bench and the toy making. Why is this box not closing? There we go. Is this gonna stay closed? No. This box is like broken. It's not going to stay closed, but that's okay. So I really liked all of the different hobbies. When I would play a family, if they were children, I would have them participate in ballet or sports when they were in school. And I don't think they could do like after school activities like in The Sims 3 and 4? I haven't really played 4. I know that you could have them use objects to increase their dancing skill or their sports skills, and it was really neat. And you could craft things and like make money off of it, like with the pottery wheel and various other things like that. I think there was like a knitting thing as well. I can't quite remember. Oh, and the car. You could fix up this car, which was so neat, because like with Nightlife, which is the game that added cars to like The Sims 2 as a concept and as objects that you could own, Free Time went a step further and added a car that you could buy from Buy Mode and then fix up. You didn't even need Nightlife. And there were also game nights. You could get like a game board and put chairs around it and they would play various games, and they could have like family game nights. But it was just so neat. You could have them pursue anything. You can enter baking competitions and just all of these things that you could do with your Sims to like make them more like fleshed out as characters. And I really enjoyed that. Number 2, Bon Voyage. Great game. I think that this is leagues better than The Sims Vacation, Also better than The Sims 3 World Adventures, in my opinion, because World Adventures focused more on all of these quests and tasks that you had to do while on vacation in order to prolong your visa. Whereas Bon Voyage, you could literally just go on a vacation and hang. You had the option of going to Three Lakes, which was a foresty, cabiny, rusticy type area with lodges and cabins and whatnot. Tweaky Island, which was like a tropical island, or Takamizu Village, which was like Japanese inspired. I'm just remembering this. Again, I can barely see the stuff on the back of this box, but it was really neat. You could go on a vacation. Your pets and I think like toddlers and under could not go on vacation with you. So if you had a family that had pets or anybody who was a toddler or a baby, the game would notify you and set up like a nanny to come over and watch the house or something while you were away. Or you could choose a family member to stay behind with them. But I liked this a lot. I loved sending my Sims on vacation. It added a ton of new objects and new things to do. And honestly, some of the things that came with seasons really worked well with the resorts. I also enjoyed building my own hotels, especially on the tropical island. Some of the summery items for seasons really worked well with this, as well as the fall and winter items that were released with seasons. I really liked using those in Three Lakes. The Japanese inspired stuff was neat. I feel like that maybe they could have done a little bit better, but again, they did what they could. Still a fantastic game. Oh, also, I think, yeah, you could take pictures because there's that Sim taking a photo of himself. So we have disc 1, which is the Sim taking a selfie, or taking, not a selfie, he's taking a picture with a camera. And then we have disc 2, which has another Sim, a female Sim this time, holding various souvenirs, which I thought were really cool. You could also learn various greetings and dances from the different quote-unquote cultures. And this game also added Bigfoot, which I encountered once. In the entire time that I played The Sims, I think I encountered Bigfoot one time, randomly. He just like showed up somewhere and it was a little bizarre. I still thought it was neat. Also, the souvenirs thing you could get from vacation, you could buy them. And successful vacations, you came home and you could have various things like happen to you. I think you could choose different benefits like from work or skills or whatever. You could get an extra want slot. If you had a bad vacation, you'd get jet lag, so that sucks. I really liked this. Again, love sending my Sims on vacation. It added like 3 different sub-neighborhoods, 3 in one game, which is like 2 more than they usually add. Actually, no, that's a lie. We got the 3 university sub-neighborhoods in University, but this added 3 vacation destinations in Bon Voyage, which is great. Also, with the Far East stuff, you could learn from a ninja. There was also the tea table, which I thought was neat. You could learn how to bow. That was like their greeting. I think that also in this game, they added the ability for you to have house guests. Maybe? Another thing that your Sims could do in Bon Voyage, which I thought was really neat, is that they could walk to different lots instead of driving or taking a cab or a bus, which I thought was added in Apartment Life. I didn't realize that it was this expansion pack. This game also added the sauna and the massage table. So when you had a massage table, I believe a masseuse NPC would show up and you can choose various massages, which was a lot better than how they did it in The Sims 3, which they released the massage table as like a premium content thing, and a masseuse NPC would not show up and you would have to have another Sim give your Sim a massage, and that would obviously depend on like their skill level with it, and it was just painful. This game also added the ability for your Sims to go on an actual honeymoon instead of having them just like disappear for a bit in a limo. Like you could actually choose newlywed Sims to go on a honeymoon, and they could get married on a community lot at like a church or whatever, which again I thought was added previously. I'm learning so many things today. My number 1 Sims 2 expansion pack, which I do not have the physical box for, is The Sims 2 Pets. Y'all know that I love pets, and it was so like the best, honestly. Sims 3 Pets is good, but I feel like The Sims 2 Pets, even though you couldn't control your pets, they just added so much life to the game. I think you could see their needs, you just couldn't like actively control them. I honestly, I don't even think I ever played with a dog, like with the family having a dog in The Sims 2. I only had cats, and it was neat because like with regular Sims, your animals could have puppies or kittens or whatever. You could adopt cats or dogs from like, I think the newspaper or the computer. I think you could also adopt strays. Other people would be walking by with their dogs. You could take your dogs on a walk. You could have your cats do whatever. And pets could have their own careers, which is a thing that they omitted from The Sims 3. So your pet could go into showbiz service, and I think there was like something else, maybe like a third career track. I can't quite remember. Yeah, okay, so it says that you could have them be movie stars, rescue pets, or members of an elite pet security corps, which I think I remember maybe playing a family once where like a cat was in some sort of career track thing. It was cute. They'd like just jump into the little car and then the car would drive away. I think that one of the levels in the service career animal track was like having them be like a guide dog or a service dog. Obviously, if you had a dog, I think it was different for cats, which was very interesting. I love the heart that EA and Maxis added with the Sims 2 pets. Like, not only could you have cats and dogs, but you also had fish, and you could have birds and wom rats, which I loved. Little wom rats, like they were so cute, like little gerbil things. They were freaking adorable. I think that they would bite you occasionally too if like their cage was dirty and you tried to interact with them. Maybe I'm getting that confused with The Sims 3. It was such a fun game. It was so sad when the pets died. Honestly, I got sad because my Sims were sad and their pet died, and that's awful. If you're gonna play any Sims 2 Pets version, definitely get the one for PC. I know they have a version for console that's on regular console and handheld. I had the one for DS, and it was basically just like you were running your own pet clinic, and it really wasn't that fun, and it was hard to make money, and I had no idea what the heck I was doing, and it was like painful, and honestly the graphics were like really awful. Sims 2 Pets, definitely my top expansion. There are still a few things I haven't done in the Sims 2 series, and I've done pretty much everything, but I haven't really played as some life states. Like I haven't played as a plant sim or a witch really, and there are a few other things that like I feel like I haven't totally accomplished, like some aspects of the different expansion packs and like various things that I would like to delve into. So that's it. I know that The Sims 2 had a bunch of stuff packs, like there were 10 of them. Maybe I'll do my rankings on those at some point because some of them were good, some of them were a little lacking, but I hope you like this video. If you have ever played The Sims 2, I want you to leave a comment down below. Tell me what your favorite expansion packs are, or like your favorite aspects of the game. I'm really interested to hear. A lot of people, I feel like, really love The Sims 2. It was honestly, in my opinion, the best iteration of these games. 3 was good, but it was really buggy, and I couldn't personally play it without mods. 4 I haven't really delved into, but I've heard a lot of people in the community complaining about it lately, and apparently a new stuff pack or game pack or something for it was announced today. At the time of me recording this, it is Tuesday, January 7th, and 1 was great for the time, but with 2 there was just so much more you could do and everything just seemed a lot more lifelike. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. I'll be back at some point with another one, and I'll see you guys then. Bye.